Join us for a realistic day living in a van where I buy a new toy, explore a new area on it,
Wow.
and cook some delicious food inside of the van, all the while talking about a few of the biggest catch-22s of van life, how the best parts of living in a van are also some of the worst parts of living in a van, and why those are slowly pushing me out of van life.
In the pan.
Hit the like button and subscribe to see more videos from us, and I hope you enjoy the video.
I think there's a really good chance that we're gonna get kicked out of here tonight, but fingers crossed. Let's hope for the best, right? Let's not just be putting that out there in the world. We just woke up and we are parked in a beautiful campsite in the van. I want to share it with you guys. It's Planet Fitness, but I do have some big news. That was a joke, but I do actually have some big news that isn't a joke, and we're going to do something really fun today. If you guys have been following the channel for a while, you know that is new. I put days into installing a rear hitch. It was a total fail of a job. It was supposed to be a 30-minute job that took 3 days. Pretty typical install. We're heading to a town that I had no intentions of going to on a random whim to pick up a Facebook Marketplace find, and I'm gonna bring you guys with. I had known nothing about this town, never been there, never seen any pictures, so we're gonna be exploring it for the first time together. But first, we gotta get some gas in the van. See, the van's probably gonna be dead. Oh, shocker. That's surprising. Big stretch. She's like, what the heck? Why is my bed moving? Trees are changing. Love it and hate it. Burn. Oh. I think we're turning here. See how much 60 bucks in cash will get me at the good old Maverick. Is that Grand Junction? Is that Cassie's hometown? I think that's where I was riding mountain bikes when I found Cassie the dog. Cassie, you hungry? Are you hungry for breakfast? You want to eat? Whoa. This is how I have to coax Cassie off the bed in the morning so I can make the bed. Eat. The van is a mega mess after 3 days of projects. We're gonna do our best to tidy up real quick. All right, we're running in to get a coffee real quick, and then we gotta get out of here. I'm already possibly gonna be late to meeting up with the guy. We ended up getting the van somewhat clean. I got a pile of trash to throw away. The bed's made, all the messes off the floor, the sink's cleared out other than one jug of water. All right, we just took Cassie out to the bathroom. She's fed, we're fueled up. Got a cup of cheap, crappy coffee from the gas station. Cassie knows I always make a mess with these. Not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous about this Facebook Marketplace deal. It's one of those borderline too good to be true kind of deals. But we got about 30 minutes left on the drive. We're starting to get out in the middle of nowhere here. There's not much going on, just kind of open field. Some sort of field. Cassie smells something. To me, that looks like Cassie smells a farm animal. Some Johnny Cash as we're coming to a stop here. We actually just left Folsom, if you guys know the Folsom prison. Went over to Folsom to see the Folsom prison. I was there for maybe a week. I never saw the Folsom prison. And that's something we're going to talk about in today's video, about how sporadic being in the van can be. I've had a lot of times I pull up to an area to do a specific thing, and I think I'll get to it eventually. I'm going to be here for a little while. I'll hang out there anywhere from a week to a month, and then suddenly something pops up that pulls me an hour away. I think, well, I'll come back and do it, and then it never happens. And there's a lot of uncertainty in the van. And we're gonna touch base on that once we're parked later on today. It's pretty out here. Really does kind of give like a Midwest feel in Northern California, just without the nasty Midwest cold.
And you never compromise your... In half a mile, merge onto California 70 North.
I think we're pulling into town here. It's looking way more small town vibe than I was expecting. Way smaller town than I was expecting. But it looks like there's a river and a lake right over to the right side of town. We'll have to check that out. 10 minutes out from the destination. Well, Matt, the Facebook Market guy, just left. And you can see here the new addition to the channel. Cassie the dog is as hyped as I am, but she's excited for different reasons. You can maybe hear the chickens in the background, but she's gonna be excited once she gets out on the leash and we get to take this thing for the test drive. So stoked on this. And this thing is super sick and I've been really enjoying having it, but it has a lot of downsides that this bike has upsides to make up for. Cassie the dog absolutely loves bike rides, as a lot of you guys know, but I haven't been getting her out as much because the electric dirt bike has been problems. The cops are really starting to crack down on these things, especially in California. The last time I took it out, I had a cop pull me over and give me a hard time.
I was expecting there to be more to do in Yuba City,
which kind of is.
Back to the sporadicness of van life. At this point, I had no idea what we were doing. I came here with no other plans than to buy the bike.
Okay, so I might have like an actually flat tire. I'm gonna do a couple of test laps around the parking lot. Okay. So there's no bike trails right around here, but there is some sick bike trails, just like a 10-minute drive from here. Cassie's looking at the chickens. Kizzy, look, here. Cassie, I bought this bike just for you. Aren't you excited? Sadly, we have to go towards where the chicken is, or the rooster. The way the chicken turned its head looking at her, like, damn. Go left. I should have put Cassie's harness on. Cassie, no. Come on, this way. Let's go, this way. She's just freaking out about the chickens. Okay, wait, slow. Thank you.
But I did find a woodsy area with bike trails along a river where we can go take Cassie on a bike ride and try to scope out some stealth camping spots for the night.
Dang. It might be kind of janky, but look how cool that is. I'm officially the mountain bike on the back of the van guy. There's some guy literally playing the violin, playing some sad music. Hopefully people are giving him some donations. How cool. See if I pop the door open at all. A little bit. All right, there we go. It's a little warm out. Ouch. One last check on it. I hate how much it wiggles, but it is what it is. All right, first time hopping on the road with the bike on the back. I'm extremely nervous. Well, we got a quick 10-minute drive over to the bike trails, and then we'll probably make some breakfast once I get over there. You guys would not believe what's about to walk by. In the middle of the city. What in the world? Oh, look, there's the downtown. Looks ready to ride. For now, I need to make some breakfast. Where I want to touch base on one of the big upsides and downsides of the van. There's so many catch-22s. There are things that are great about the van that also suck, and we're going to talk about that on the bike ride. We'll talk about the balance between having the freedom to be wherever you want. Sounds good on paper, but it creates a huge amount of instability of not knowing where you'll be. Speaking of which, we still have to figure out where we're going to stealth camp in this town yet. I have not looked at the maps at all to find somewhere to possibly camp overnight here. Hopefully there's a good parking lot spot. Guys, you want to go on a bike ride? She's like, oh my gosh, I thought you'd never ask. Got some John Denver, Rocky Mountain High playing in the headphones. Strap up the hound. She is gonna pull like a maniac. Just know it. Okay, come down. Oh my god, I cannot believe that's my bike. Good girl, wait. This frame is nice and long. Alright, we're off. Alright, Cass, you want to open it up? Full speed ahead. Pulling up on some water already. Wow, it's a lot bigger river than expected. Wow. Let's see if she'll listen. Good, wait. Big shake. Okay, let's go. Let's pump up the power. See if we can't keep up with Cass. The road's a little bit rougher than I'd like it to be for Cassie's feet. Oh, a little fire back here. Sick. A little nervous. First ride, not gonna lie. A little bit of buyer's remorse going on. This thing is sick though. Sweet jump. Okay. I naturally just pulled the wrong brake. That's scary. Okay. Cassie? No. Up here. Good. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. You said to stay. You said to wait. I mean, we could drop into that. I think we were supposed to turn right there. I mean, she's eager to keep going. Problem is she'll go forever. Oh, where are we going here? A little bridge? That's cool. Are we lost? Oh. Skirt! Whoa, she got a second wind. I think maybe we're turning here. Come on. Oh, I think I see our house. Wait, no, that's a truck. That's not our house. Come on. She's just so good on bike rides. Whoa, as I say it, she just merges into me casually. We're going left. Good girl. Yep, left. Good. Come on, Kizzy. Come here. Kizzy. Sorry.
That's okay.
Cover it back. Nice bike. I used to have that same one. Loved it. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, a little DIY skate spot. Let's check her out. Let's get down by the water. Might be some sketchy stuff down here. Oh. Nice, got clothes out on the drying rack. Probably washed them down the river. That's cool. How green it is. It's Halloween right now. I think today might be Halloween. When I went into the grocery store, the butcher lady behind the shop had like a mad butcher outfit on where she's all covered in blood and stuff. I was like, whoa. How's it going? I should have kept going on that trail. Yeah, let's just go a little further. Skirt. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, we got a little guy chasing us. Try being a little more quiet going by that time. Got full assist turned on. We were cooking. It's a good spot. Woo. I need to get a bike cover ASAP so this thing isn't sitting in the sun. Oh, we got some airflow in the van.
Let's look at the map a little bit, see if there's a Planet Fitness. Be able to get a shower in. See if there's a Walmart or grocery outlet to grab some groceries, and then somewhere to park for the night.
And now it's time to relax. And by relax, I mean look for a campsite while I let the indecision of where to take a shower fuel my anxiety. I could take a shower outside of the van where there are tweaks circling the parking lot and screaming at each other, or I could drive to Planet Fitness and have the whole chore of going into the gym and taking a shower. And we still need to figure out where I can park for the night without getting kicked out.
So I totally forgot to talk about what I wanted to talk about on the bike ride. I have the new bike jitters. I'll get around to it at some point in this video. When it comes to hunting down a camping spot for the night, there's kind of a few ways I go about it. Best case scenario for me is sleeping at a Planet Fitness at the gym. I can go get my groceries, get everything done, and then pull up to the gym for the night, get a workout,
take a shower, and come out of the gym tired and clean, ready just to walk into my home and start dinner. Well, those are kind of tough to come by. A lot of Planet Fitnesses you can't overnight at anymore. First I check iOverlander to see if Planet Fitness is on iOverlander. If it isn't, I call the nearest one, or I drive to it and just feel out the vibe there. And then the next one out of the 3 options in the area is a Walgreens, which second best case scenario is right beside a grocery outlet. Let's take a shower. Put it on the other way last time. Oh, let's see how it sits the opposite way. Color is so sick. I'd really like to just take a shower in the back of the van right now. Got like a good hour or so to burn until sunset. Don't want to pull up to Walgreens sooner than later. I'd like to pull up like as late as possible. So I'd probably just drive to the gym and take a shower in the gym. It would make the most sense. I really don't want to have to drive all the way to the gym. See the tire poking out. Driving up onto the bike path. Weird entrance to the park here. Super strange. Driving up on the bike path. These ladies were down here just screaming at each other. She's so magnificent. 10-minute drive to Planet Fitness. Shower is gonna feel very good after my first pedal bike ride. I guess I was gonna say first pedal bike ride in years, but it's not totally true. One other van in the parking lot. I don't think it'll work here. All right, the van's kind of messy. I need to get some trash bags at the store, but we got the backpack full for the gym, towel, clothes. Security's out. Yeah, there's no way you could stay here overnight. Almost for sure you'd get the boot. Go take our first shower with the new bike hanging off the back to worry about. There's already been a lot of foot traffic through here. A bunch of like 16-year-old-ish kids. And I already had 2 kids stop eyeing up the front bike, and they asked if they could look at it and check it out. But I think we're chilling. She's locked. That's all you can do. Good, man. Love the outfit. Here we go. Might be one of the fastest in and outs I've ever had at Planet Fitness. Not gonna lie, all I want to do is go ride the bike. I really just want to go mob around town a little bit. Hopefully this grocery outlet has some good deals. I always like to try to share with you guys some of the good deals in grocery outlet. For people like me that are from the Midwest and have never heard of the grocery outlet, it's insane the prices on things that you can find there. Like 90% off groceries. So we're gonna let the grocery outlet decide our fate for dinner. Fingers crossed for some good Chinese sauce in there or something. Good old grocery outlet. See what we can find. Biggest bag of Chex Mix I've ever seen. It's $2.99. $2.99, 50 cent bubbly water, 99 cents for 33 grams of protein. Some rice pudding for 99 cents. Pizza sauce, $1.59. $1.99 for Parmesan. What onion goes on pizza? Guys, he's sniffing everything. You know, that's just water. That's not very exciting to sniff. Still sniffs it. Just like that, we are at the parking spot for the night. I want to test something real quick. The van is like obnoxiously long. It already was without the dirt bike in the front. And then I put the dirt bike on the front and it's even more obnoxiously large. And now we got the bike hanging off the back, and I'm really curious how many feet we are bumper to bumper now. 3 feet on the front of the parking space. 23, 24, 25, 26. And then on this side of the parking space, we got about 4 foot. So taking up 2 parking spaces was like about 5 foot to spare. And what did I just say we were? 26 of my feet long, possibly over 26 feet. All right, let's do a quick little grocery haul. Let's start in on some dinner and get cozied up for the night. I think there's a really good chance that we're gonna get kicked out of here tonight, but fingers crossed. Let's hope for the best, right? Let's not just be putting that out there in the world. The van's semi-clean. Here's the whole kit and caboodle. Drop a comment right now as I'm going through this. How much money you think all of this would cost at your local grocery store, to let me know that you guys have watched this far into the video. So fancy, healthy Rice Crisp chips. The biggest bag of Chex Mix I've ever seen. A gigantuous bag of fancy popcorn stuff, like $12 bag by itself. Some healthy thin crust, 4 thin crust, flatbread pizza things, cheese, feta cheese, big thing of feta cheese, that's like $8. Some Italian style ground turkey, some rice pudding, onion, green pepper, a couple things of protein, a few bubbly drinks, other pizza stuffs, guacamole. As you may be able to guess, we're making pizza tonight. How much do you think all this would cost at your store? Type your comments. 3, 2, 1. Grand reveal. Total pricing of all of these groceries was a whopping $36 total. Spent $36 and saved $70.24. $100 worth of groceries for $36. We did pretty good today. Not bad. The dog is very tuckered out from her first big bike ride in quite a while. We are parked right by a very noisy highway. I was kind of worried about that parking here, but thankfully it is a weekday. So usually busy roads like this around 9 o'clock, they start to quiet down quite a bit. Believe it or not, it's kind of white noise. It's weird, I almost sleep better. See, that's not white noise. Honestly, we should have went back down the hill to Sacramento tonight for the night. I don't know why I stayed up here. Just for the video's sake, I guess. Say somewhere different. That leads us into a great segue to talk about how living in a van is so sick that I can just up and go wherever I want at any time to some extent. Like today, a deal popped up on Facebook Marketplace. It was an hour away. Normally that would be like an issue. You'd have to fit 2 hours worth of driving into your schedule for one day. But with the van, my entire house is on wheels, so it makes no difference whether I'm an hour north or an hour south. I can just make a day out of it, stay in the area for even a couple days, see what there is to do around here, ride some bikes, explore, do some thrift store shopping, stuff like that. Just being able to go to new places is super cool. I love driving. I love going to new places, and it's always an exciting feeling anytime you're somewhere brand new, even if it's a middle of nowhere kind of lame town like Yuba City. I'm sorry, Yuba City, I don't mean to dog on you, but and as cool as that is, and as much as I know someday I'm gonna look back and just miss that endlessly, but especially after doing it for a long extended period of time, over 5 years like I have been doing, the freedom really starts to just turn into instability. Instability for long periods of times can really burn you out and kind of suck. Just the constant decision making. I don't know if you guys have heard of the term decision paralysis. Just not being able to make a decision. I've always been really indecisive about everything. But it's like there are so many decisions required within a normal day living in a van. Like after a day of work, you have a pretty simple decision. Am I gonna get food on the way home? Do I have food in the fridge to cook at home? And what one do I want to do? I'm going home to make dinner, or am I picking up dinner on the way? But in the van, it's like, you're not local to somewhere, so you have to find somewhere new. You have to find where the grocery store is at, and then you have to find where you're gonna go park for the night, and then you might run out of propane, so you have to find somewhere to fill up your propane. You have to find somewhere to fill up your water. And then once you drive somewhere to make dinner, and you park there for the night, first thing in the morning, you have a big decision of where am I gonna spend the day today? Where do I have to drive the van to repark to find somewhere where I won't get hassled, that'll be quiet for me to just live in my home for 8 hours until I have another decision of where am I going to park the van tonight. The general rule of thumb is you don't park the van in the same spot 2 nights in a row. So it's like just constant decisions needing to be made, and that can really just start to fry you. And the smallest decisions can start to feel like the biggest headaches. Compared to just being blessed with being bored and knowing where you're going home, you know your like 3 favorite restaurants, you know right where your grocery store is and what they will have in stock and what you can make out of the ingredients that they have there, and just the stability that a boring, normal life gives you. A good example today of some of the indecision of the time lapse when I was sitting in the van figuring out where I was going to park for the night. I didn't really talk about it, but I think I lightly mentioned that I kind of just want to shower out of the side of the van because I don't want to drive all the way to the gym, get a gym bag ready, have to walk into the gym, scan into the gym, go into the locker room. The whole chore of just to take a shower after a long day of riding some bikes. I just want to take a shower and then eat dinner. I don't want to go to the gym. Then I sat for probably a half hour. As long as it would have taken me to just take a shower outside of the van, I sat there contemplating it, wondering, I don't know. And then there was two ladies screaming profanities at each other at the top of their lungs while pacing in circles and hitting the rocks with sticks. They were having a time. They were on something, and they were right in the parking lot that I was in, so it's like those guys are going to be watching me take a shower, and I'm like 10 parking spaces away from them. And I was like stuck between like, well, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, I need to take a shower. I mean, obviously I'm going to wear swimming trunks while taking that shower. I sat there like, I don't know, and then like, do I want to deal with like the weird social pressure of that, or do I want to deal with the social pressure of going to the gym and scanning into the gym and the chore of parking away in the parking lot, walking all the way into the gym, once again going to a brand new gym, so not knowing what the parking's going to be like, not knowing the whole atmosphere, and so many little decisions like that every single day just really start to weigh on you. Moral of the story, everybody watching this that's living in a house or an apartment, I'm assuming that you're watching this kind of wishing that you were doing the same or living vicariously through the video. Just know the grass is always greener where the grass is greener. There are so many little things that you can't even talk about. People like to say that people over romanticize van life on social media, and I don't think it's that really at all. I think it's just, you know, you'd rather show the goods and the bads. Nobody wants to watch a video about somebody complaining, especially when they have like a pretty sick life of traveling and low living expenses and the whole thing of that, you know, the perks of van life. But it's worth noting, one of the downsides that isn't spoken on too much is just the constant indecision and the massive instability at all times. End of rant, point made. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button to see future videos from us. I try to release them every Sunday the best that I can. Paw. Good. You can eat. Munch, munch, munch. Here's the van. A little messy mid-dinner. Got some of the groceries. There's nowhere for me to put that giant popcorn bag. I knew that'd be an issue buying that huge bag. The vibes in the van are immaculate. It smells like Italian sausage being cooked in here right now. The sounds of the traffic are dying down very fastly, thankfully. And I guess it is time to pull out another pan to start actually crafting our pizza, because the sausage has got to about be done. Same with the veggies. This looks so good. It could not fit more perfect in the pan. Now we cover it and we wait. With the pizza finishing up in the stove outside of a busy road parked in a Walgreens parking lot, I want to say thank you guys for watching. Once again, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button to see our future videos, all uploaded on Sundays, and some of our past adventures too. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. It takes a second out of your day and it really helps with the engagement and pushing the video out to more people. Comment a meal that you think I should cook in the van for the next video, because I'm kind of on repeat here, cooking the same meals over and over. And lastly, if you guys want to show some extra support, help keep us on the road and be able to fund adventures like this, I would appreciate if you guys ordered any of the merch that I designed myself. There's an Etsy link in the description and the pinned comment. There hasn't been an order in a while, so maybe I'll print up some new stickers, and the next order we'll get some free stickers sent to them as well, and a handwritten thank you note. Here's a real look at the van mid-dinner after a busy day. It's a little bit messy, a little bit not, but I think I'm going to throw on some YouTube, watching some videos and eating some pizza outside the Walgreens parking lot. It is not the ideal parking spot for the night. If you guys tune into the next video, hopefully we're parked somewhere super cool, riding mountain bikes out in the middle of the woods with nothing but sounds of nature rather than sounds of Hellcats. Oh my. There she is, the finished product. Thank you for watching until the end. Click the like button to help out, hit the subscribe button to see future videos from us, and considering ordering some of our merch, links in the description and pinned comment. See you in the next one.